Welcome to Lair of Secrets. Last time on our Fallout game, as the dust settled, our heroes prepared to enter Covenant. Would they find the safety they sought or fall into yet another wasteland trap? In the Wasteland, the line between hope and despair is often blurred. After helping the settlement fend off raiders, the group was cautiously welcomed inside. Inside, they explored the settlement's market, selling scavenged junk and bartering for crucial supplies. Nurse 17 had her broken pincer repaired and even required a new stealth field mod, enhancing her ability to protect the group. Meanwhile, Lucky Buck eyed a strange piece of technology, a junk jet, capable of turning almost anything into a deadly projectile, though its steep price kept it just out of reach, for now. The quiet didn't last long, however. The alarm bell rang and Lars staggered back into the settlement, bloodied and beaten. Thriftway's raiders had ambushed him and kidnapped his daughter. Desperate for help, Lars pleaded with the group to track the raiders to his camp and rescue her. It seemed Thriftway, who was now in league with the Enclave, had returned to the area. The stakes had never been higher. One thing was clear, though. Steve wasn't going to rest until he got back his NuRay 3000. Angel, the guard that you had met in the last session, is going to be taking you to where Lars, the blacksmith, tinkerer, etc., had been scavenging in a nearby junkyard, a pre-war junkyard. It's going to take you to his camp that he was last at, which is supposedly where the raider attack had happened.
Yes, that sounds correct.
What are you guys going to do?
Hold on, guys.
I don't know how much.
Oh my goodness. This is a long run.
Nurse Handy is pushing this quickly because there's a lost child. And so she's got this sense of alert, like, it's a fire drill or something going on. If she had
So I have to ask.
Siren on or a little light on top of her head, she would have that going, but I don't think she does, and I don't think you're going to give that to me. But
Well, I do have to ask though. You did get some upgrades. You now have an actuated frame for your entire Nurse Handy, which includes the thruster, which allows you to both do a normal move action and then a sprint action in the same term, which basically means you can outpace everybody here. Are you sticking with the group, or are you just shooting ahead?
Definitely 20 meters ahead of them, but that's about as far as I'm going to get. So I will be at the forefront, but I've got to keep my eye on my own children. So, but I'm all here to help another lost child. So,
all right.
But my first duty is to the children I have, being the party.
You've been traveling for a little while, and I would let's do a group perception check. I should have a character sheet here so I can figure out what skill I'm going to have you get. It was a survival plus perception. That's what it will be. Let's do that. So group is who is going to be the primary roller.
I'll be right back. I have to have Fallout dice.
I was just kidding. I'm like, I got out my Fallout dice. No, I did not get out my Fallout dice, but now I got my Fallout dice. Which
we did have a slight error, or not error, but evidently when I closed Owlbear Rodeo the last time, it did not save any caps. So that's partly the reason I'm going to do this, is to help you guys generate some AP. This is going to be a difficulty 1 survival perception test. And I will go ahead and share for those at home.
I don't know who's going to be who's got the highest, I guess, of this. I've been pulling let's see, survival plus perception. I've got a 10.
I am not a survivalist. That might surprise some of you, but I'm not good at surviving on my own.
So it's either me or Aaron.
Do we roll we roll 2 dice, right?
No. So
I'll be the primary roller.
We need to determine who the primary person who is going to make the roll. They are going to roll.
I don't have a skill in survival.
Then I'm it.
So the primary person can roll 2d20, and if you want to give me some AP, you could buy some extra dice. But other than that, you're going to roll 2d20, and you need to get at least 1 success. Everyone else is going to roll their 2d20. Is it 2d? Yeah. Everyone else is going to roll, and they can. Is it? Yeah. Shoot. I'm trying to remember what that is. Is it?
We're just rolling one.
I believe it is only one. I've got 3 different 2d20 games rule sets bouncing around in my head. Space 1999, this, and Dreams of Machines, and they're all slightly different group tests. There we go. Leader of the group rolls a normal dice pool.
Right.
Everyone else rolls 1d20. And as long as the main person succeeds, any successes from the rest of the group add on. If someone rolls a 20, those complications also add on.
I rolled a 1 and a 14, so I succeeded twice, I think, if I remember correctly.
So a 1 is always a crit. If it's a tag skill, if you roll under the tag skill, that is also normally a crit.
It is a tag skill.
So. But you already rolled the 1, so
right.
You got as good as you can get.
That means I really perceive it.
Yes.
I can see through time.
So that's 2 successes. Did anyone else succeed on their survival perception roll?
Rolling a 20 is really good, right?
In some games.
I did amazing for D&D. Not so great for here.
Yeah, I rolled a 20, so no. But I don't think that negatively impacts us in a group roll.
Complications. Anyone can generate a complication in this. Yes.
Then I lied, and it does complicate things.
Look, I did my part. I'm saying.
Yep. I did.
Nothing
good or nothing bad. Literally
nothing good or nothing bad. Okay. All right, and I needed to share that. Here we go. Here's our Owlbear Rodeo setup. We got a net 2 success, though, right? So that means we got at least, on our action points, you gained a single action point out of that. So on the horizon, since I don't really have a complication in mind, I'll just take an action point for that instead. Forgot to do this during our level up session. Everyone's luck has reset. Since it is a new session, I get to have some caps for each of you. Not that I was able to use them effectively in the last few games, so we'll see how that goes this game. So you see a thin streamer of smoke in the distance in the direction that you are heading. You're traveling over some hills. There's a lake to your left that you're kind of going along the edge of, and you're heading along in that direction.
Point out, Steve, I think there's your guy. Point off into the distance at the stream of smoke.
Yeah, well, gets out the pipe gun, checks through it, clears the chamber, reloads. All right, guys, I've got a pretty good idea how to use this, so let's go use this. Everyone in?
I'll be right behind you,
Steve. We got to
Steve.
rescue a laser pistol, and I don't know, maybe we'll find that girl.
Rescue a laser pistol. I love it. A little more time passes. That smoke plume is getting closer. You're getting there. You come up along the road. In the middle distance, you see a big mound of old cars, trash, etc. And you see in the near distance, you see what looks like not a temporary camp, not like something you'd set up just for an overnight, but something you'd set up for maybe stay there a week. It's a fairly decent sized camp for 2 to 5 people maybe, but the canvas tent that is there is smashed, partly on fire, and you do see nosing around in there a single mole rat that is nosing around in the camp.
Does your gun look like a mole rat?
Yep.
Yeah. Quick question. Mole rat? What are these again?
Don't
you people have just normal rats?
No, there's nothing normal up here. Everything is either a rad thing or a big thing or a deadly thing. Everything is terrible all the time.
Well, it is vermin, so obviously we have to get rid of it in order to investigate this camp for clues as to where the young girl is.
Follow-up question. Not sentient vermin, just vermin, right? I mean, I'm okay
Just
with
vermin.
killing sentient vermin. I'm just trying to understand like what we're up against.
Non-sentient vermin, to my understanding.
Right, safety's off.
So are we just gonna walk right in there?
I'll be right behind you.
We could, I could sneak in, and that gives me some advantage, doesn't it? If I do a sneak attack.
It does.
Okay, I will sneak in and take the first swipe, and then the rest of you can help out.
All right.
I have an actual, honest to God, serious question. We got the pipe guns, but did we get ammo for the pipe guns? Because I didn't write it down.
Yes, we did. We got lots of 38s.
Anyone remember how many?
Down.
I mean, I can use the 10. I have 27 rounds for my 10mm, so I can just switch to that one for right now, so we don't hold things up. But
when you were shopping, did you buy more 38, or is this all the scavenged 38 stuff?
Scavenged 38.
I think it's scavenged, but again, I'm happy to just. I have 27 rounds of 10mm ammo, so I'm happy to just use that for this combat. We can figure it out when we get out of it, so we don't. Like, Aaron can check our sheet while we go.
Sure.
And then I have
so Aaron
mod on my character.
That works for everyone else but you.
Oh, okay.
You generate a field around you.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm sneaking in a
roll a sneak plus agility roll. You have a single AP. Do you want to buy a third D20?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. This is a difficulty 1.
What does that mean?
That means you have to get at least 1 success to succeed.
Oh, I got 1 success and 1 fail.
Okay. All right.
I rolled a
Nurse 17 kind of reduces the burn on her thruster that she's been burning pretty hot during this whole trip out to the campsite. Noise abates a bit and kind of floats, not quite silently, but quiet enough, into camp. The mole rat is nosing around in what looks like it used to be an old cooler that probably held some food for the camp. Beaten up pre-war cooler. And you get up right next to it.
Okay. And then I pull out my buzzsaw. Because that's quiet.
And with the actuated frame, you're actually doing more damage with the buzzsaw if you actually hit with it.
So I sneak on up, and then I stick the buzzsaw out and try to hit its back, and then I turn it on. I did not succeed. Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit? Okay.
Nope, I got a 14 and a 19, and I needed, I believe, a 7. So my closest one is double the problem.
You reach out, you touch it, and are about to turn the buzzsaw on when the mole rat jumps out of the way and now spots you. It's got some sort of cheesy crisps wrapper stuck in its big front teeth. You turn the buzzsaw on, but too late. The noise seems to startle the mole rat even more, and it digs its way into the ground and away.
Well, it's not here anymore. Excellent. Now I have to begin searching this camp for signs of a little girl.
Start looking around. How about the rest of you?
As soon as she went in, Lucky Buck was basically just looking around looking for footprints and like signs of some kind of vehicle or something like that may have gone off in a different direction.
All right. How about the rest of you?
Yeah, just kind of poking through things. Not sure what I'm going to find here. You know what? Could I make a survival, maybe a survival perception check to see, like what they've left behind, what kind of trash, that kind of thing. Anything that might give a clue?
I think this will be a group survival and perception test again.
Okay. I'll take the lead.
Need to know, however, what Steve NuGunner is doing. Is Steve NuGunner looking around for signs of tracks and such like that, or keeping an eye out for threats? What's going on?
He is going to walk the perimeter of camp, and he's going to he's going to walk the perimeter of camp, and he's going to really antsy, just kind of fidgeting with his 10mm and like looking for any signs of where people might have gone, and like kind of at that point where he's on the edge of like, let's go. Not really sure where we're supposed to be going. Like, actually, we're going to the guy's place where the girl was. He knows that we're supposed to be going a place, and he's like, oh my God, why can't we just go? So he's just kind of fidgeting and walking the perimeter.
Gotcha. Okay.
While Goulardi is poking through, he's also poking at Steve. You used to pace a lot in the vault, didn't you? There was a lot of pacing. Like, how often did you lap the vault? I'm just sort of curious, and like poking through the stuff with the stick, and
Yeah.
Well, there was a mandatory 15,000 steps a day, so I mean, you got to get your steps in. I mean, you really got to get your steps in.
I mean,
you don't want to not get your steps in.
Sure. I mean, if the corporation says so, you had to do it. Wow. That's cool. I rolled another one.
Survival plus perception. Everyone else is going to roll their 1d20 and let us know. So evidently Goulardi did find something. This will be a difficulty 2 test. I should say that ahead of time.
I don't know if it showed up in there. Yeah,
it did. It showed up on my screen. Yeah. So how'd everybody do?
That is 2 successes for me.
I got 2.
Survival's a tag skill for you?
It's not a tag skill, no.
So it's not only if it's a tag skill. If you roll into the skill, do you get the 2 successes?
Oh, okay.
If you roll a 1, you always get 2 successes, but only if it's a tag skill do you get the 2 if it's under skill. So, but you still got 1 success. Nurse 17.
Nope.
None. Steve NuGunner, 2 successes. Nice.
No. I got A2.
A2. Okay, so one success. And Goulardi, how many did you? You got at least 2.
Survival.
I got 2. I rolled a 1. And it's a tag skill.
Okay, and the other one was a failure.
Yes.
The other okay, so you got 4 on a difficulty 2, which does give you a couple more AP. You all have start uncovering signs of Goulardi as you're digging through the trash and such like that. You see signs of some spent ammunition. You see relatively fresh blood. You think you found the spot where the raiders had beaten up Lars and he got away at that point. You think you found the spot of that attack. Nurse 17 is looking around, not really finding a whole lot right now, but definitely signs of a child were here. So there's like a little stack of little pre-war teddy bears that looks like someone was like setting up and playing Tea Party with, but that have been knocked around. Lucky Buck, you spot some 38 shell casings, some ammunition casings. Looks like there were some shots fired here. Given that Lars was not shot, you think maybe it was fired into the air for intimidation. But you definitely see signs of 3 or 4 raiders, other people, I should say, but probably raiders, in addition to a small set of footprints that could only be those of a child. And Steve NuGunner, you see in your patrol on the west side of camp, you see a group you don't see them coming in, but you see a line of tracks in the mud. There's a trampled area where there's like a bunch of people pass through here, and then like long streaks and a footprint, log streaks and a footprint, as if someone was struggling as they were dragged away.
Oh, okay. I point this out to my companions. We should go this way.
Is there any string or any wire, anything I could wrap around me that I can find here in any way, shape, or form? Tape, magnets.
What are you looking to do?
Pick up all the teddy bears and wrap them around me so that I can give them to the little girl. But I will become a teddy bear monster fighting machine, and later blood will splatter all over the teddy bears. It'll be awesome. But I want to have a whole string of teddy bears wrapped around me.
It's so cute and potentially awful.
Yeah. Yeah. Reminds me of a certain space western TV show movie. It's easy enough to find. This campsite is right outside of a pre-war junkyards, and there had been a bunch of junk that it looks like Lars and his daughter had found and was starting to collect. It's all strewn about. The Raiders evidently didn't care about it, but it would have been really useful back at Covenant. You're easily able to find some wire, and everyone else sees the nurse handy very delicately with a single pincer and like using the flat of the buzzsaw to hold the teddy bear in place, to like duct tape one on and like use some wire and wire up another one around like one of her eye stalks. She's got 3 different teddy bears wired up around her. Holy moly.
Okay, I'm ready to go into battle now. Find this little girl.
Angel's here. He brought you here, and he's been looking around as well. He finds Lars's pipe pistol as well as he's looking through some stuff, and it looks like a hatchet. Says, "Yeah, this is certainly Lars's camp." I don't know where they would have gone. It looks like there was a lot of them.
So the 5 of us are going to go after these guys, huh?
Well, we need to know where they are.
Once again,
that is one of our
path
problems.
going that way. Drag marks. I'm no expert. Well, I am, but not in this. We should go that way.
I'm going to need to head back to Covenant, actually, because I can't leave them shorthanded in a time like this. The Raiders may go after Covenant again. I can tell you they might, if they headed west, if they're nearby at all, there's an old sewer entrance that people or creatures have been in on and off throughout the last couple of years. Pretty decent place to hide and hole up in for a little while. So if they've been trying to collect a bunch of slaves, so there might be a collection of them there if they haven't gotten enough people and moved on from there. That's probably a good place for you to start looking. If you follow the lake, if you follow the road around the lake, it's almost directly across from Covenant, across in the lake. But you'll have to kind of search for the entrance. It's not easy to spot.
All right.
Right. Come on, Steve. Let's go look at post-apocalyptic sewers together. And Gilardi starts walking off in that direction.
Yep. Let's go that way with our trusty teddy bear horror behind us. They're never going to know what hit them. I just kind of look back at Nurse Handy and be like, so did you weaponize any of those? Maybe some special upgrades?
No, I'm just bringing them for the child and any other children we find. It'll be important to offer them comfort in this case. This is what child psychology tells me.
Well, I thought you were just collecting them for the pelts.
No, I will need to have some familiarity in order to gain trust.
Well, you look very trustworthy, Nurse 17.
I don't know. I mean, every teddy bear I've encountered up here has been weaponized. I don't know that this is going to make.
Goulardi reaches out, puts his finger on Steve's lips. Just shh. Let her have this. Let her have this.
I'm just imagining how bloody all those bears are going to be by the time she actually
And while we're walking, Goulardi continues to kind of pontificate a little bit. Did you ever see the movie The Seven Samurai, Steve? Did you ever see that movie? You know what movie I'm talking about? Where the 7 guys are in a village and they protect it from the big gang. We're doing the opposite of that, Steve. We're going to be 4 people walking into a big gang, an area that's well defended. I'm not sure. How do you think we're going to conquer that, Steve?
We don't have the 7 samurai, but we do have the 3 overlords. And I think really just coming in with authority and discipline is really the way to go. So they can't stand up against authority and discipline. So, we're just going to tell them what the deal is, and that'll work.
Are those what you call your fists? Is that authority and discipline? Or
authority
what?
and discipline. It's like, no, but if I could find a tattoo artist.
It doesn't take you as long as it did to reach the camp because you're traveling along the road. This area road's pretty open and clear. You do rapidly lose track of the tracks because the asphalt isn't, keeping the tracks at all. As you're coming along, I need let's see. I would say, well, Lucky's lucky. Lucky, make a survival perception test. This is a difficulty 0.
All right. I just dropped my d20, so I'm just gonna roll it in there. 5 and 11, so
15 and 11.
Is it 15?
That's what it said.
Oh, well then, nothing.
Okay. Nothing, but no complications. Since it was difficulty 0, you still succeed, but you're not going to generate action points. You spot some movement in the bushes off the side of the road, pretty long way away, and see a person come out of the bushes, kind of hiking up their pants, and then turning and like kind of jogging, trying to seemingly like catch up with someone that you can't see right now. They definitely look like a raider, and looks like they were just taking a little rest stop and are now hurrying to catch up with whoever was with them.
I'm gonna kind of like put my hand up. Hey, I see somebody.
Great. Let's shoot somebody. Or should we follow them back to where they came from? So torn. Shooting seems like the right option.
Yeah, shoot first, ask questions later.
They are
We've got a
to
tracker.
children. We should shoot. We should follow them to the children
I'm running after that guy.
and then shoot them.
Okay. Are you trying to stay quiet and or out of sight, or are you just like sprinting after him?
Just sprinting after
I
him.
was going to say, I don't think
Okay.
Lucky's that guy.
Like guns out, no strategy whatsoever. His entire strategy at this point is, I have one of them alone that would help. If he can't make it back to the group, that I could take out this one and make the group easier.
All right. Well, that's let's do athletics plus strength.
Yeah, my two definitely not fortes. An 8 and a 5, which gets me 0 successes.
0 successes. I keep forgetting to give you a difficulty on this one. All right, no successes. You're kind of keeping pace, but you're not the most athletic. You rode in a lot of vertibirds or like other wagons and other stuff like that. You were used to being back at camp in the Brotherhood. You're not used to sprinting long distances or anything like that. So you get a fair ways, but the raider in front of you, he just seems to be like just a little bit like gets a little bit further and a little bit further. You have not yet been seen. You're definitely not catching up with them right now. What are the rest of you doing when he starts running off?
Start following after, gaining some speed on him because he's one of my charges, so I've got to protect him.
Okay.
Imagine he's like trying to like doing that thing where he's like holding his hood up on his head as he's trying to run with a laser pistol in his hand.
Steve will also go.
Yeah, Nurse
after.
Handy. Nurse 17. Plea catches up and just keeps pace with you.
I keep a pincer
Effortlessly.
on.
You get
Okay.
one of those, like,
say that again.
50-foot elastic leashes you use on toddlers.
Yes. I'm keeping a pincer on him.
All right.
What are you doing?
I'm monitoring you.
How about the rest of you?
Goulardi just sort of sighs and begins trudging into the woods. He's not necessarily trying to keep up, but the noise and everything, he can figure out where they are. He's not going to run into combat.
Okay. Steve.
Steve is running after.
Just
But
willy-nilly going for it.
Well, I think he's running after it, but then he's doing so. He's not going to go like full like peel meal after him because the bastards on the surface tend to booby trap everything. Like there's nothing that they don't booby trap. So occasionally he'll like pause to kind of just like catch his breath, look around, see if anybody's weaponized a pine cone, and then continue on.
All right. Let's see how they do. I'm gonna buy an extra.
How do you buy an extra D20? Oh, you're taking it from your pool, right?
I'm taking it from my pool. And unfortunately, I have rolled a complication. The raider that you're following, you see him catch up with the other raider, and she doesn't even look back. Seems to be couldn't care less about this guy, which is good for you because if she'd looked back, she'd have seen your group approaching rather rapidly. So what's the goal here? Are you going to try and attack them? Are you following them?
Yeah, as soon as I can get it within range, I'm blasting away.
Okay, what range are you looking for with your...
I need to be close range, so...
Okay.
So I'm just straight dashing in. No strategy whatsoever, just... Ah!
Are you actually yelling at this point?
I imagine, yeah, he probably is. He doesn't know any better. He's not a combat vet.
Okay.
I'm gonna shush him.
How are you going to shush him?
I will just say shush.
Okay.
He is my gold star student. He should just accept that. We'll see. But
Do you just
I will
accept
shush
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything that would force him to shush. I'm not going to put my buzzsaw over his lips.
I mean, you could just put the buzzsaw like flat up against his, or maybe not flat up against his teeth, but
You do have your pincer on me already, so I'm
Yeah.
already a
One
little
sec.
uneasy.
Hey everybody, we're back. Quick recap. The Wastelanders found the site where the abduction took place, and it was following some tracks. Angel had said that there might be a sewer nearby that they might be hiding out in. As they travel along the road, they lost the tracks, but managed to pick up on a raider who was having a little pit stop of his own. That raider has now caught up with another raider, and the two of them are continuing down the road fairly nonchalantly, and that has allowed Lucky Buck to catch up. It was starting to shout a war cry when Nurse 17 gave a little shush, and I'm going to see if they noticed that as you're closing in closer. No, evidently they're talking. They're pretty loud. I'm going to say, Lucky Buck, roll me a sneak plus agility.
Ooh.
Aaron, you're going to be assisting. Goulardi and Steve NuGunner are a little bit behind, so they're not a part of this. They're not within that range yet. This will determine what range they notice you, because you want to get in close before firing, is what you were saying earlier. So
Don't forget,
Aaron, you'll roll 1d20 as the assist.
Okay. And then there's this sneak module that I think I have that I think
Yes,
will help.
you do have that. So, Lucky Buck, how'd you do?
I rolled a 2 and a 17, so
2 and a 17.
Which my sneak is 3, so yeah, I did get 1 success.
Nurse 17.
Rolled a 1.
That's 2 successes. Remember, this isn't D&D. Flip it.
Okay.
So what does the stealth mod do?
Allies re-roll a d20 on stealth tests.
So re-roll that 17.
Re-roll that 17. It became a 17.
Okay. At least it didn't become a 20 or something. You got a 3. You got 1 success, and then
I got a 1.
Nurse 17 got 2 more for a total of 3 successes. Again, I forgot to tell you what the difficulty was going to be. It was going to be 1. You got 2 extra successes. And so that means a few more AP for you.
And stealth is a tag skill for me.
Right, but you rolled a 1, so that's still only 2 successes.
Okay.
You can't get 3 successes because you have a tag skill if you roll a 1. That would be really powerful. You do make it from medium into close range, and Lucky, you have the sneak attack shot right now. The difficulty to hit one of these raiders has been reduced by 1. Your attack gains the vicious effect if it didn't have it already, or the damage is increased by 2 combat dice if it already has vicious. I'm going to say, Steve NuGunner, you're at medium. Goulardi, are you with Steve NuGunner, or are you lagging behind even further?
I'm lagging behind even further. He is
Okay.
not in a hurry to go engage.
Okay, so Steve NuGunner, you're at medium range, and I will say that Goulardi, you're at long range from the raiders. Go ahead and roll your sneak attack.
Is there anything special for sneak attack? I've never really done them before.
It's going to reduce the difficulty by 1, which
okay.
I do need to give you the difficulty on that. So the difficulty to hit the raider, their defense is a whopping 1. So you have difficulty 0 to hit them. Technically, you don't even need to roll. You will hit one of them.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we're just going to go for the one that I was chasing after.
Okay, the one
Probably not the
stop.
leader, probably not the smart thing to do, but that's what he's going to do.
All right.
I'm going to use a luck point and re-roll that 20 that I just rolled.
Okay.
Another 20.
Okay. So there's going to be a complication. Did you get any successes?
Yeah, I did get 2 crit technically with the energy weapons because I rolled a 6, which is my energy weapons rank now.
Okay.
So when we said your character was
skill.
lucky, I mean,
I have a lot of luck points, and it didn't do me well this time.
not all luck is good luck.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Yep. You did hit. You actually got 2 AP from that. There will be some sort of complication. We'll see how that goes. Your attack is going to do 1 extra damage because your laser pistol doesn't have vicious right now, right?
No, it does not. Just piercing 1.
Okay. Piercing 1 will matter because these guys do have some energy resistance. For every effect, you will do 1 extra damage because of the vicious.
Okay. Interesting. All right, so this is my my damage dice right here. 6 damage.
And you hit them in the torso.
All right, so 1 damage. Blank, blank, blank. And then 2 dice worth of damage plus the effect. So, let's see, 3 total damage. 2 effects were triggered, which I guess makes that 5 damage.
That would make it 5. 2 effects. Yeah, that would make it 5
okay.
damage. 2 extra damage.
Okay. And you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna spend another luck point to make it a critical too, and give him an injury.
Oh wow! 5 damage, piercing, so it goes right through his armor, straight to hit points, and you're making me look up injuries. Okay. Torso, begin bleeding heavily. At the end of each of their subsequent turns, they suffer 2 combat dice of physical damage, ignoring all damage resistance. So this guy's bleeding out. He's still alive, still up, but bleeding out. It is now initiative. We start with Steve NuGunner. Oh, I need to share our caps again. There we go. You spent a cap to do the crit, the AP, or was that a luck?
A luck point.
Okay. So you still have 1 AP that can't go. Oh, wait, no. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no, it can. Because of Nurse Handy's inspirational stuff, you can have 7 AP at once. So you have 7 AP in the tank.
There we go. We're all full again.
Straight to Steve NuGunner.
All right, so I move to close range, which is a major action.
Minor action is moved to move 1 zone. So you can move from medium to close for your minor action.
Okay, so I will take the shot.
All right. Who are you hitting? Are you hitting the raider who was shot before, who was bleeding, or the female raider who is not bleeding and still there?
The non-bleeding raider.
Okay.
So I have quick draw, so I can draw a single weapon or item carried in your person with a minor action.
Okay.
And
it's a good perk to have.
Yes, and then it's like it came up before, and then I will roll to attack.
You need it's a defense 1. You want to spend any AP?
If I spend 1 AP, I get 1 point, and if I spend 2 AP, or if I spend 3 AP,
you spend
I
1
get
AP.
2.
1 AP gives you 1 die. 2 more AP gives you the second die.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
So 4d20.
All right, give me 1 sec. I just have to do the comparison. Okay, so I'm using small guns. My target number is a 12. So I've got an 8 and a 9, and a 2 and a 17. So I have 4 successes because the 2 was underneath my rank.
Right. Is small guns a tag skill?
Small guns is a tag skill.
Okay, so yeah, that is 4. Which means that all 3 of the AP you spent are gonna be able to go back into the pool because you just earned 3 AP with that shot. You hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. So that's 4 dice. Okay, so I got 3 Pip Boys, which is that 3 effects?
3 effects. So if you, depending upon your weapon, if it has effects, those will go off. If it doesn't, they won't.
My 10mm does not have any effects.
Okay, so those are just counts as a single point of damage.
Gotcha. And then I have rate of fire of 2.
Rate of fire of 2 is if you expend another bullet, you can expend up to 2 more bullets, giving you 1 damage die each bullet.
Okay. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just I'll do the damage, and then I will shout out, just give up and tell us where the NuRay gun is. Also, some girl you took.
How much damage did you do? I missed. 3?
3.
Okay. All right.
No effects.
Yeah, you shoot her. She's trying to turn around, shoot her in the shoulder, turns around, and I'm just going to say that Smack Talk's a little bit free. No, you're not taking us. She's going to be drawing her pipe gun, but it is now Lucky Buck's turn in this initiative order since you already went for the sneak attack.
No pun intended, but laser focused on this guy here. So
the one you shot already, who's bleeding.
The one I shot already. He's just like, "Can I scream now?" Ah! Like not aiming, just flat out, just continuing to fire. This time I do actually have a difficulty. You know what? I'm going to use an AP and roll a third one.
Okay.
I really want to hit this guy.
You do have quite a lot of AP, so.
You know what? Nah, we'll just stick with 3. 3's good.
You only need one. You only need one success.
And I got a 1 for my success. So 2
You
successes.
got a 1, so 2 successes. So you're going to earn that AP back. Lucky Buck. You're going to shoot him in the right arm. He's about to draw his weapon.
Oh, wow. It will be 4 damage, 2 of which have the piercing 1 effect.
Did you roll any effects?
Yes. 2.
Okay. So ignore X points the target's damage reduction for each effect roll. So you can penetrate more damage if you generate more effects.
I generated 2 of them, yep.
Okay. They only have a 1. How much damage total?
4 damage total.
Okay. That raider drops. He had a very high chance of dropping anyway because he was gonna bleed two combat dice at the end of his turn anyway, but that's the end.
Since I killed him, my Grim Reaper sprint lets me roll a thing.
I see what you did there.
Which I did. We get 2 more AP. But not that we can use it, but we get it.
Oh, okay. You're not since you killed him, you can't take another shot at somebody else, right? You had a perk that kind of did that, something like that.
I have Bloody Mess, which is when I inflict a critical, I can roll a die to see if I inflict an additional injury to him, which I did last time, but I didn't actually.
Okay.
I rolled it 4, so it was blank.
Gotcha. Nurse 17, you are also in close range with this one remaining raider. She's been shot once. The other raider is down, dead on the ground.
She has been a very naughty child. It is time for a timeout.
Okay. So a minor action to move into reach with this raider. And go ahead and roll your...
Not hit her? Not even close to hitting her. No. Over someplace else.
So melee weapons plus strength. You didn't get anything under...
I got an 18 and a 19. No.
Oh, no. Okay.
You can use it.
Yeah, she skips out of the way pretty easily. And you know what? You're right there. It is their turn. And we're going to say they... are gonna, it's pretty dire for this person right now. So I'm gonna buy 2 extra dice as their action. They're gonna pull out their tire iron and take a shot at you. And let's see, they need on their melee weapons target number of 8. That is 1, 2 successes. What is your defense?
Mine?
Yeah.
3.
Your defense up at the top between melee and initiative is 3?
It's 1, and then I've got 3 armor on everything.
That's your armor. Okay. Yeah. So they hit. They get 1 AP back, but but these go away. They hit. It is 4 combat dice of damage. Man, if this thing had an effect, it would go off 3 times. They do 3 physical damage. Does that actually get through any of your armor on your optics?
Is optics? It meets it. It's equal to it.
Which means you don't take any damage at all.
Okay.
They clunk into one of your eyes with the tire iron. You know, it makes your vision go a little weird because it goes off to the side and then comes back, but no, not even a dent in the
Close my
in the
optical
housing.
a little bit. That is not nice.
Goulardi.
Yeah. I'm going to keep walking until I get in medium range. As I'm walking, I'm taking the hunting rifle off. I'm kind of hoping they're going to be done by the time I get there, but we'll see.
Long to medium is just a minor action. You are now at medium range.
All right. Well, then I'll take a shot at, whoever presents themselves, really. All right.
There's only the one, which is in combat with Nurse 17.
Well, this will be fun. I'll see if I can hit it. Let's see. I'll roll 2 here. Let's see. This is my small gun skill. I'm going to need an 8 or under.
And the range on the hunting rifle is a medium.
Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled a 1 and a 5. That's 3 successes, I think.
That is, which means that you would get in some extra. You have some extra AP at the moment before it goes into the pool.
I don't know that I need the AP. I mean, I think it could probably just go to the pool.
You can spend both of those and do 2 extra combat dice of damage.
Sure, why not? So how many dice would that be total then? Let's see. The damage I have is 6.
The hunting rifle is 6 damage.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So you'd be doing 8.
Well, that'll be fun.
Dice of damage.
Okay, so I'm going to roll the first 4 and tell you what I get.
Okay.
You may want to make notes.
Okay.
All right. Oh, well, maybe not. 3 blanks and 1 bullet.
Okay.
So then the next 4. 2 Pip Boys, a double shot, and a blank.
So 2 effects. Does your hunting rifle have any effects on it?
No.
Okay, so that's 2 damage, and then another double.
Yep.
Okay, so 4 total damage. Shooting her in the left leg, and she then goes down and rapidly bleeds out and dies.
Oh, oops.
You deserve a timeout.
Who? Who deserves a timeout?
Her.
Okay.
She kidnapped a child.
I don't see a child around.
Things
She's
are
responsible for the gang party. She's part of that party. She's naughty. Trust me.
Oh, I do. She pulled out a gun.
But I just had this thought that she could lead us to the Raiders. I mean, she was, she said no, but like the fact that her companion is now no longer breathing might cause her to change her mind, right?
That is a thought.
Except she's dead. Oh, Steven comes over and is like, oh, yeah, right. So sorry. That little speech would have worked better before you killed her. I guess I got to pay more attention.
I think they were following somebody, though. I'm going to kind of, I guess, start patting down pockets on these guys, but also looking to see, like, the direction that they were heading and see if I can spot anything down the road.
Okay. They were definitely headed down the road. You pick up 26 caps between the 2 of them. They each have a pipe gun and a tire iron. They've got road leathers. I don't know if you want to strip them at the moment. But
Did you say 26 caps?
26 caps.
All right, so 4 or 6 each, and then who gets the extra 2? Steve, you could take the extra 2. You get 8 caps instead of 6.
638 rounds are left.
You said 6?
Yeah, 638 rounds.
I was going to say I pocket the 638 rounds.
All right. Yeah. So everything goes quiet. You see a couple of birds land near the lake, and everything is quiet. Lucky Buck, you didn't notice anything in the distance per se. You do know that they were headed along the road, and you don't see exactly where they would have been heading. In the distance, you hear a low boom of thunder.
Is it the weird, echoey, radioactive thunder?
Looking in the direction that you think you heard the thunder, the sky does look a little green in that direction, yes.
Do we see any obvious cover nearby?
Not at the moment, no.
I'm having flashbacks to playing Fallout 4 and my first time getting caught out in a radioactive storm as a low-level character.
Yeah. Well, that's how y'all met.
Yeah.
Hiding out from a pack of ghouls in the middle of a radiation storm.
Right, so flashbacks on multiple levels. Well, I guess Steven would be like, no time like the present. Let's continue down the trail we think we were headed toward. Like we were already following a trail. They were obviously going, we don't know what direction they were going in, you said, right? But we have a general inkling of where we should be.
You know the direction they were going. They were following the road.
Right. So I think we continue to follow the road. Are we at the lake? Are we going?
You've been going around the lake. You take a look at your pit boy real quick. And you see here is Covenant. As you came around, right around here was the camp with the scrapyard up in here.
Okay.
And then they were following this big road here, kind of like along the shores of the lake. I would say about here is where your pit boy has your pin located. Okay. The last you heard was Angel said that the sewers were across from Covington. Or Covenant. I don't know why I keep calling it Covington.
On the other side of the lake. So this isn't one of the big elevated highways, right?
No, this is a on the ground flat.
Okay. Well, I'm just a not so humble vault tech security expert, but I think we head south.
I think you're very humble. But yeah, I agree. We should probably we want to get away from this storm, so and yeah.
Steve is still getting used to this whole concept of weather. So I think he's very anxious and nervous as we're heading south, increasingly so. Because where's the storm coming from? Is it coming out of the west?
It's coming out of the west over here.
Okay. So he'll be anxiously looking and kind of scanning around for any sort of structure that we could take cover in.
That is also what I'm going to do. Is I need to shelter my children.
Lardy and Nurse 17, having been out and about a bunch. Actually, I would say Lucky Buck as well. You've been on the surface long enough to know that storm, unless it's going really fast, is probably a couple of hours off. Mm-hmm. Steve NuGunner thinks it's about to happen in the next 5 minutes is the way he's reacting to it.
Yeah, so Goulardi's going to be like, no, it's not a problem. We got a couple hours yet. It's fine. We're good. Besides, little radiation never hurt anybody. I mean, he kind of touches his face and much. I mean,
yeah.
We must shelter. You must shelter. Organics must shelter. Radiation doesn't bother me.
At the very least, we need to find this sewer and find the right place to go.
All right. So you're about here. You're just kind of walking along. You're
Mhm.
seeing the Pip-Boy update, Steve, as you're walking along. Just let me know what you're doing.
I'm constantly looking around for the sewer.
Okay.
I don't
Yes.
have a Pip-Boy to know the exact location, so I'm just kind of trying to look across the lake and then gauge. Oh
I
yeah,
like-
we're looking like we're kind of across from the lake from it, so I'm gonna start looking for a sewer.
If I do like the pinch zoom in on the map, can I like see where there would be like a sewer plant or some other structure, or we haven't discovered it yet? Like, you know what I mean?
It doesn't pop up. It looks like this.
Okay.
Like you zoomed in and it looks like this now.
Gotcha. I'm not really even sure what a sewer is.
Right.
People
right,
keep
exactly.
saying this word. I'm not really sure. Like, huh.
Like what a sewage, like about sewage and such back at the vault, but you're not sure what a sewer is. You think maybe they're related?
Yeah, something, right? I'm used to just like the brown pipe that's
Yeah.
labeled thus.
Yeah.
So we're looking for a series of pipes. Is that right?
Yes, it's going to look like a tube that goes into the ground.
Let's do let's do a survival perception test again. This one's going to be a 3 difficulty for
Okay.
the group looking around.
So you might want to blow some caps there.
Yeah. I can take the lead again, but I would like to buy. I think use 3 caps, get us 2 extra dice.
3 gives you 2 extra. You could spend another 3 and get a 3rd die to give you a total
Actually, I
of
guess-
5.
We've
You
got
know
all
what?
the APs.
Let's do let's do the whole thing. Let's go the whole kit and caboodle here.
APs
Okay.
have never been a problem for us. So
All right. I'm rolling here. I'm rolling here. All right. I've got 4 successes.
Okay.
I got
how
one.
did everybody else do?
Success.
got it. I rolled a 1.
0.
So 0, 1 success, another 2 from Lucky Buck, who continues his lucky streak. And we had 4 from Goulardi.
Yes.
Was that right? Holy moly.
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to earn 4 of those 6 caps back
Woohoo!
For blowing through the thing. And because you did so well as well, I'm just going to give you this little extra as a bonus. I'm going to say, let's see, where is it? There we go. I'm going to bring this up for a minute. You see this. It is kind of hidden ish in amongst some. There's like a door here, but it's kind of hidden amongst all the ridges and such. Right next to where the lake is.
Okay.
In addition to that, though, you see 2 raiders lounging outside the door, probably on guard duty. And you see this. You are all at long range right now. When you spot this,
I'm gonna be like, and look over at Nurse 17. Never mind.
quiet time.
It's quiet time. Okay, I will start sneaking in.
Okay.
And
Who
anybody who
goes
wants
with-
to sneak with me can.
I will certainly go. I'm like barely able to restrain myself between the enthusiasm for recovering the NuRay 3000 and the terror of the approaching radiation storm.
Right.
The teddy bear nightmare turns off the most loud things that she has and starts sneaking in and waves everybody with her.
I'm also sneaking in too.
Yeah, I'll sneak in too. But let's all go. Let's
I'm
all
sticking
go.
right next to
Yeah,
Nurse
what else?
Handy or Nurse 17.
Everybody around me gets to re-roll their d20 in their sneak.
So we're not doing this as a group sneak. We're doing this as an individual sneak, correct?
I'm not sure how that
Thank
would
you for
work
letting me re-roll that.
with
Individual
with
sneak makes
everybody
sense, right?
rolling up, but within the stealth field. Yeah, let's do this all as individuals.
Okay.
Because if one of you blows it, I think it's going to blow it for all of you, rather than have like a cumulative adding of successes.
2 successes.
And anything that doesn't roll a success, or I mean, if you roll a 1, you can still do it. But the Nurse 17's stealth field allows you to re-roll a d20 for free.
Which was nice because it turned my 19 into a 3.
You currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 caps. I currently have 2 caps. All right, so once again, I didn't set a difficulty for you guys.
You should do that.
I'm going to say this is going to be a contested roll. This would be survival perception for them, each of them. All right, so what did everybody get?
2 successes.
2
2 successes for Nurse 17. 2
2
for
across the board, it looks like.
2, 2, 2, and 2 for Golardi as well. All right. Well, yeah, you're back up to 7. As you sneak in, you're at medium range now. You guys could sneak to close range if you want. I'm going to give you that, but I'm going to give like, say, someone with the hunting rifle the ability to stop at medium range if they wanted to.
I do have one question. If we did, like, my weapons range is close. If I fired from medium, do I still have a chance to hit him?
Yes. There is a penalty.
Yeah, it's on the cheat sheet you gave us. Medium is +1 difficulty. Okay, cool.
Yes. So it'd be a difficulty 2 to hit these raiders.
Okay, I like that. I actually like how that works. Huh. Oh, same thing if you're getting closer too. Oh. I was curious if it made it more difficult, like if I was trying to do this like within like reach range, if it would be harder for me to actually shoot them, and I guess it is.
It does, depending upon the weapon. If the weapon, there are some weapons like the pipe pistol that have I don't remember what the advantage is, like close combat or something like that allows you to use it within reach without penalty. All right. Yeah, so someone is going to get a chance to shoot first, and they're going to get a shot off before the rest of you, before the full combat starts. Who wants to
basically looking at our expert marksman that just took out the other
I
thing?
think it would
from
be
long
Steve
range.
NuGunner because he's like most excited about his pistol.
Yeah, I can see that.
Steve, you want to take that shot?
Oh, hells, I want to take that shot. All right. Just looking at my dice here. 2 successes.
Okay. They only had the 1 defense, so you got an extra.
As is our way.
You're going to have 1 extra for now that you can spend in some way, but go ahead and roll damage. It has vicious, so every effect is going to do 1 extra damage.
Okay. So I got 3 effects and a bullet, so that would be math.
4 damage.
4, but then each effect has each. So there were 3. Sorry, there were 3 Pip Boys and 1 bullet, right?
So 3 Pip Boys is normally 1 damage each, but it's vicious, so that basically doubles it to 6 because it's like 2 each.
Right. So 7.
7 damage. Okay, let me. You have a hit location die? Why don't you roll?
I have a hit location. So, and I also actually, so because I'm, yes. So I will roll my hit location die. Right arm.
All right, right arm. What were you also going to say?
I have my gunslinger edge that I keep forgetting about.
Which does.
If I'm making a one-handed range attack with a rate of fire of 2 or lower, you increase the weapon's damage by 1.
So go ahead and roll an extra die.
Which is another Pip Boy. So that's another 2.
Okay. His right arm comes off.
I was going to say.
And he just kind of slumps in the chair. Doesn't even really have a chance to scream because the pain just erupts. It is so intense. And it just dies. You did 9 hit points for the 8 that he had. And it would have been an injury. Yeah. Anyway. Lucky Buck. Or no. Actually, so that was the sneak attack. Now it is initiative. So Steve NuGunner. It is the top of the round.
So what is the current lay of the land?
There is one Raider guard who has just realized that their partner has been shot and is dead and is like leaping up out of their chair to either dive for cover or dive into the doorway.
So is the doorway like a crappy, apocalypse era door, or is it like some sort of?
It is a good apocalypse era door. It looks kind of like one of the bulkhead doors in the vault.
Okay. At a glance, does it look like it has any sort of like advanced security that you would need to get through to get in, like a punch code or something, as opposed to just like a physical lock?
It looks like it could be secured, but it doesn't look like it could be locked per se.
Gotcha. I will. I'll line up the shot with my pistol and just say, "Don't take other people's stuff," and then
Or people.
Yeah, that too.
And then are you going to take a shot, or are you just?
Oh, I'm taking a shot.
Or is it just threatening?
No. The punishment is now here. If there was like some obvious reason to keep him alive because like we needed him to get through the door, then
actually, I'm not even going to make you roll this. Steve NuGunner, this is one of the Raiders. You recognize just the outfit of this Raider, just like blue armband, like how Raiders are all slightly different, just like people. You recognize this as one of the Raiders who jumped you and stole your NuRay 3000.
That gives all the more weight to my earlier speech. So I will take 2 action. I will spend 3 action dice to give myself another 2.
You don't. No, you can't. You can't buy more actions on a sneak attack, but it is now the top of the initiative, which you happen to also be the top of. So It is now your normal action.
That's what I meant. So it's like my normal action. I'm going to shoot.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I can take 2. I can take 3 action dice to add 2 dice to my pool. Right.
Oh yes.
So I'll have 4 dice. Understood. Yeah, that's what I'm shooting for.
I thought you were buying an extra major action.
No. All right. So I had 2 successes.
Okay. They had not had a chance to get in under cover yet. And so, ouch.
I lost my die. Okay. So I have, and then I re-roll 1 because, okay. So I got 4 points of damage.
Okay. You did earn a action point off of that for the hit. They got hit where?
Location torso.
Okay, they got shot in the torso for how much?
4.
4 damage. Okay.
And crits only happen when you trigger underneath your tag, right?
Crits only happen when you hit 5 damage.
Oh, okay. It's related to the amount of damage that you have.
You did 4. They have physical damage resistance of 1, so you did 3 damage.
Okay, so but I have rate of fire of 2.
You could spend another bullet. Are you using the pipe gun or the 10 millimeter?
I'm using the 10 millimeter.
Okay. Yeah. So you can do like we did in the last games. You can spend it one bullet at a time.
Right, and that gives me 1 point of damage. What, like one die roll at a
combat
time.
die roll per bullet that you're spending.
Okay, so I get 1 additional point of damage.
Okay.
So that brings me to 4, and I need 5.
Yep. 5 to
And
do a crit.
I just keep pulling the trigger. So that's another bullet. How many? But rate of fire can only go up to 2, up to my rate of fire, right?
Up to your rate of fire and dice. Yes.
Okay, so
So you did 5 damage. You shot them. You shot him where?
Torso. But that also
In the
triggers.
torso.
So if
Yeah,
that
they're-
inflicts a
they're bleeding.
critical. If you when you inflict a critical, roll 1p. If you roll an effect, you inflict 1 additional injury on a random location.
Okay. Yeah. Ooh. Ow.
Which I do. And that is on left leg.
Okay. You shoot them in the torso. They fall down onto some scrap, and their left leg gets impaled on some theoretical fortifications that were supposed to defend them, and it's instead is actually hurting them. So they're not going to move very far. In addition to the fact that it's now Lucky Buck's turn. Yeah, they're
So after
this
all
one's
that
not
dramatic
looking
stuff,
good.
he's dead.
He's not dead yet.
Okay, because when like with the second shot to his leg as he collapses onto like, you know, junk metal, be like I said, don't take stuff. Where's my gun? And then
Okay. Yeah, you're at close range right now. They don't have enough time with all the injuries to say anything yet.
Oh yeah, it was all just for dramatic, like Reservoir Dogs such style.
Oh yeah. What's Lucky Buck doing?
As we were sneaking up here, I'm like, okay, Goulardi, you're our sharpshooter. You've got the as Steve like fires off, and I'm like, ah! And I drop my gun. The gun goes off and fires at this last guy as he got hit in the torso.
I'm gonna say if you're gonna do that, I want you to spend the luck and use your luck as the stat to fire.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay.
Totally fine. It only makes it easier to hit, which is hilarious. 3 successes.
Okay, that was the one that went back, and we'll add 2 more in. So you earned 2 for that one. As your dropped laser pistol shoots them. You don't have a hit location die, do you?
I don't.
Okay. You shoot them in the head. Your laser pistol goes off, shoots them in the head, and go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh God. 2, 4, 5, 6 with 6 total damage. 2 of them were Pip Boys, so piercing 2.
Okay, they don't have any armor on their head. So you did 6 damage of their 3 hit points, and they don't have a head anymore.
And
actually, how many did you roll multiple effects? You rolled an effect because you were going to do the piercing, right?
Yep.
Yeah. The body glows and turns to ash.
And we get 2 AP points back because I killed somebody.
Okay, so you were at max already. Yeah, AP is not a problem for this party.
No.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I don't think you're gonna get any answers from him. I'm gonna walk over and pick my gun back up.
That's a door that we can get in though over
Yep.
there.
Yep.
Okay. Well, they weren't on the authorized pickup list, so it's okay. Let's go and get the children.
All right. You head over to the door. There's a pile of ash and a dead body here of the raiders. What are you all doing?
Well, I guess we can pick through the body to look for keys or cards or codes to open the door.
Okay. You do find 21 caps. They do have the pipe pistols and such like that. There's another 8 38 bullets here,
Okay.
but you don't see any special cards or notes or codes or anything else like that.
Okay. Then I'm going to go focus my time on the door because that is my best concern is how to get to these kids, or at least one kid. I'm going to presume there are more.
Okay. The door is shut.
Okay. Is it locked?
You gonna try it?
Yes.
It explodes.
Okay. It opens with a gentle creak. Hasn't been oiled in 200 years, but it's not that bad of a noise.
Okay.
And inside there is a very dimly lit corridor that goes down. And I want you to make a survival perception test. This will be a 4 difficulty.
Ooh. Look at you remembering to set the difficulty.
Do you want to spend any caps?
Go for it.
Spend away. They are a quickly reloading resource.
Is this me that?
You.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
okay.
you.
Yes.
I'll spend 1 cap.
Well, you need 4
To get
successes.
you need 4 successes.
Oh, okay.
How many do you need? 3?
I'll spend 3 caps.
Okay. So that'll give you 4 dice.
Yeah, let me fish out some more dice here. Okay. I get 3 successes. Damn.
Okay.
If you want, you can spend a luck point to re-roll one of your misses.
Yep.
I
Do you
will
wanna spend
spend
luck?
a luck point. Yeah.
All right. So re-roll one of the dice that was a miss.
Nope, doesn't work. Get an 18.
Okay. All right. Everything seems quiet. Everything seems just fine.
I go in and
All right. So Nurse Handy floats inside. Ghoulardi, you definitely recognize that this is a sewer system. Same with you, Lucky Buck.
Mm-hmm.
This Steve. This might be some decrepit old vault. Like it's got some
no amenities.
Resemblance to a vault, but it's not quite a vault. So who's going in directly after Nurse Handy? A marching order, if you will.
Steve is right
Yeah,
there.
'cause I'm
He's
first.
trying to he'll push past Nurse Andy if he can, but I don't think she's going to let him.
no. He needs to be protected. He needs to be behind me. Stay behind me.
Ghoulardi will bring
Safest
up the
place for
rear.
you.
Okay. So Lucky Buck, you're in third.
Yep, I'm in third.
All right. So you're all heading down the corridor. As you head down the corridor, it goes down a set of steps and then opens up into a room. And that is when you are surprised, as well as the 4 raiders that are here lounging around drinking some beer are also surprised as you all enter into the room. Both parties surprise each other. What do you guys do? I'm going to give you guys a little bit of reaction before the raiders start drawing on you.
Hand the child. You are not on the authorized pickup list.
Go ahead and roll speech and charisma for me.
Okay. Thought I had a perk.
I'm going to say this is another difficulty 4.
Each. Okay. I do actually have that as a skill.
Yep, it's a tag skill. Is it a tag skill?
Yeah. No, it is not tagged. It is one of my skills.
Okay, it's just a regular skill. All right. So 2 extra dice.
So
you got 4 dice.
One success out of all that.
Unfortunately, they are not swayed. It's like, no tin can's going to give me orders. And we are now in initiative. Looks like a couple of them are going to break for the door on the opposite side of the wall, while two of them, the other two that remain, are starting to dive behind some cover and are going to take shots at you.
Okay.
So, Steve NuGunner.
Let's see. I have a shotgun, so I will holster my 10 millimeter, pull the shotgun because I like it for close encounters, and so I have quick draw, right? So I don't
Right.
Which lets me get out the shotgun. I don't know if I have to have a minor action to put my 10 millimeter away. That would seem.
I would say a minor action to put the 10 millimeter away, or I would allow you to just drop it for free.
One doesn't just drop weapons. That's not how you treat a firearm. What if it accidentally discharged? Come on.
I mean, you saw what happened when the accidental discharge happened there. It just shot somebody in the head and killed them.
That's an illustrated point, right? So
I mean, it could be one of your friends that gets shot in the head and killed if you drop.
Yeah. So I will then proceed to unload with my shotgun on the two who are retreating behind cover. So
all right.
It is a small gun, but I assume it's two-handed, so I wouldn't get my perk bonus.
It's just a regular shotgun.
Just a regular shotgun. It's a double. It's a shotgun double, so it's like double barrel shotgun, right? But
does it have a stock, or is it just the standard double barrel?
It's just the standard double barrel.
Then it is a handheld pistol grip shotgun.
Okay, cool. Well then, I'll shoot at them. So it has the spread effect.
Oh, wait, sorry. Does your sharpshooter is if it's a one-handed weapon?
If it's a one-handed weapon.
Okay, it is two-handed, is what the description on the thing says. You can attack with one hand, but it increases the difficulty by 2.
Okay, I mean that's all dramatic and stuff, but I think I'm also just good for the whole like say hello to my little friend and then just unload.
Okay,
gonna use all the movie quotes today. So because that's what you do in the vault is you watch old movies. Although some of them have clearly been re-edited by Vault Tech. See also the 3 Overlords instead of the 7 Samurai. So wow, we have a shortage of action dice.
You do. Do you want to spend one?
Yes.
All right.
And then I can ask for 2 more from you to give you 2 more, right?
Oh, sure.
Give me a total of 3 and you get 2.
Yeah.
Haven't had to do that before, but Steve is getting close. He's practically vibrating with the enthusiasm.
Yep. So let's see if you hit. You need 1 whole success.
All right. So I got a 9 and an 11 and a 3 and a 14. So I got the 3 is actually it would be a success with the tag skill. So that's a total of
2
4
successes.
Well, no, 4 6. Yes, above and beyond what I have before, right? So I'm at 4 successes.
You had the 3, but you rolled 2 other successes.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, you're gonna earn 3 action points. So go ahead and roll your damage, which is I believe 5 damage.
It is 5 damage.
It is vicious. So each attack inflicts +1 damage for each effect rolled. And it also has spread. For each effect rolled, your attack inflicts 1 additional hit on the target. And each additional hit inflicts half the rolled damage and hits a random location. Yeah, so you're like every time you roll an effect. And okay, yeah, I got how it works. So let me know if you got effects.
I got 1 effect and
okay.
3 double bullets.
So 7 damage +1 for the vicious, which is 8.
And I have to roll 1 more die.
Why do you have to roll 1 more?
Well, because I get 5 and I only rolled 4.
Oh, okay.
So I actually had 4 double shots, which would be 8 points, plus the effect.
Plus the effect, which is 2 more, which is 10. Roll your hit location where you shot them initially.
Right arm.
So you shot, the majority of the shot hit the right arm, but you rolled an effect, so roll another hit location.
Left arm.
So the rest, more shot spreads out. Another concentration, maybe from the second barrel or something, hits the left arm. So you did 10 damage to the right arm and 5 more damage to the left arm. This poor guy who just took 15 damage, -1, so actually more like 13 damage because he does have armor, only had 8 hit points, and explodes like a blood sausage for the deep cut Wasteland people out there.
He was not on the authorized pickup list.
All right, Lucky Buck. 1 is down.
All right. I'll just fire at. I'm gonna shoot at the other person that's headed towards the door. That's trying to flee.
One of them who's running?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't leave your group behind. That is 1 success.
That is just enough to hit.
Double checking. Yep, 1 success.
Roll your damage.
One. Wow. 2 damage with 1 piercing.
Okay. So that would ignore their armor, so that they take the total. They take all 2.
I'm going to use my luck point to make it a critical hit, though, and cause them an injury.
And we don't know where it's hit yet, right? You hit him in the left leg. All right, so that means they can't sprint, and in order to move, they have to take a major action. So they're like hobbling toward the door, sort of thing. They may rethink the whole door thing and may start shooting at you. It is now Nurse 17.
I will shoot them. I will miss them.
Okay. All right. And Goulardi.
How many are left?
3.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah, it's normally 0 by the time it gets to you.
I mean, that's by design. I mean, it's fine. All right. We got 3. I'll take a shot with my rifle.
Okay. It is close.
Oh, okay. The rifle. I don't know that there are any penalties for close. Are there?
What kind of rifle is
Medium
it?
range
Hunting
weapon.
rifle?
Hunting rifle counts as a small guns for skill.
Yeah. It says range medium, so weapon range difficulty is
+1 if you're in close for a medium weapon.
yeah. Yes, so it'll be 1 extra difficulty, so it'll be difficulty 2.
You know what?
AP.
Yeah, I know. What skill did we say that the whip used? Do you recall?
It was a melee weapon.
Melee weapon. All right. I'm gonna try to disarm one of these guys with the whip. And
Okay.
I'm gonna buy 2 extra dice.
All right. Sounds good to me. Use up those AP.
All right. I have a 1, a 3, a 5, so those all succeed, and then a 17. So
Is your melee a tag skill?
my melee is not a tag skill.
So
But
a
I needed
measly
it.
4 successes.
Right.
earning back all the AP you spent.
You're welcome. So yeah, I do the Indiana Jones.
Did you get any effects?
Oh, I haven't rolled that part yet.
Oh yeah, we need to roll damage.
Damage
and
is
for the whip. It was if
2.
you get an effect. I think that we would. Actually, I think there is a disarm.
Yeah, we did put a disarm on stun disarm. Yeah, those are the effects. Sorry. And I got a double shot and an effect.
Disarm, but I'm not seeing it. With the effect, I will say yes, you can disarm. Sorry, the effect is on a successful attack, spend 2 AP to disarm an opponent.
Great.
I think that's what it was.
Then I'll do it, and I will look so cool doing it.
Yes, you will. As they're just now drawing their pistol, the one that's pretty close to you, you reach out, Indiana Jones, their gun flies out of their hand. They were the one remaining one that was going to shoot at you. They now look like they're going to run. In fact, they do. 2 of them run out of the room. The one who shot in the leg actually draws their pistol, drops prone to the ground, and fires at, let's see, Ghoulardi has the whip, doesn't look super bad. The guy who was running didn't really notice that who he was shot by, but we've got a laser pistol, we've got a shotgun, and we've got a nurse handy who's awfully deadly. So let's see. So that was for Lucky Buck. That's for Nurse 17, and that is for. I'm rolling a d20. Whoever gets the lowest gets the lucky shot of being shot at. A Lucky Buck is once again lucky because I rolled a 20, so he's not shot. Nurse Handy actually, Nurse 17 is in trouble, is getting shot at. I'm going to buy 2 extra dice.
Ooh.
Bring it on.
Yeah. 4 misses really suck.
Oh, jeez.
11, 11, 18, 18.
Oof.
I mean, they don't have a great chance to hit in the first place, but not with that. All right, so we're back at Steve NuGunner. There's one guy in the room. He's prone on the floor. It's going to make it a little bit harder for you to hit him from range, but not that much harder.
Yeah, when everybody's still at short, right? Because we're nice and
everybody's still at close range. Yep. No one's in reach, but everyone's still at close.
So I will menacingly reload the shotgun very, very purposefully, like breaking it open, slamming the shells in. Like, where is the NuRay 3000?
Where is the little girl?
Yeah, that too. So I'll be going for straight up intimidate. Like, I want to I'm not gonna shoot him. I want to spend my action to intimidate him.
Okay. I'm going to say speech plus, I'm not sure exactly what intimidate would be. Would it be charisma or would it be strength?
It's charisma.
I know it's usually charisma, but it doesn't have to always be that. I'm just saying, using this as intelligence.
Yeah, I mean, if my intelligence is a 7, so if I'm being like all cool and calculating, maybe, but like charisma is a 4 and strength is a 4, so if it's strength or charisma, it's like
okay.
Not really.
Yeah, so it's a 4 anyway. Yeah, so speech plus, let's say charisma, because you're trying to act tough.
Right. So
you are tough.
I will take that extra. I'll take that extra action die that's hanging out to give me another die
Can I
roll.
help him?
Action point. Okay.
Since I actually spoke.
What's that?
Can I help him?
Oh yeah, you can. It will be minor action for you, but yeah,
rolling.
I would say you can roll the d20 and help.
What's my difficulty?
Not very high. He'll have to. Well, it's opposed, so you're not sure. It's charisma plus their speech.
All right, I got 2 successes, and whatever Aaron rolled.
Did you get any successes?
Success.
Okay, so a
One.
total of 3. Yeah, you earned 2 because they only got 1 success, which was really lucky because they have a charisma of 4 and no speech skill. I rolled a 2. So that was a pretty lucky roll for me. And they're more worried about grabbing the gaping wound on their leg. It's like just spare me. And it's like pointing down the hallway. The other 2 ran down.
Well, I'm going to go zip down that way.
Okay, so is anyone going to do an initiative action? That was Steve NuGunner and Nurse 17. Lucky Buck, are you doing anything?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't even listening for an answer. I basically just started chasing the guys down the hallway.
You're going to chase the guys down the hallway. Goulardi?
Yep.
No, I'm taking stock of the situation. Just
okay. I'm going to pull us out of combat.
Yep.
The Raiders here trying to staunch the bleeding and such, and has kind of pulled himself up into a sitting position. Nurse 17 and Lucky Buck have gone through the doorway, and there's a set of steps that go down. Steve NuGunner, what are you doing?
I'll just look at him and say, elaborate. What's on the other side of the door? And what did you bastards trap?
It's there's a Thriftway's hold up in the main area in the sewers area. The girl's with him. And Goulardi, what are you doing?
Following everybody, but not taking any action.
Okay, so you're going to head down the stairs as well. Steve NuGunner's still in this room with the other Raider. As Goulardi heads down the steps and goes through the door, the Raider finally gets their breath. Yeah, traps. Yeah, there's the wall-mounted machine gun turret. As the rest of the group exits the stairway, you see the 2 Raiders run through this room, but then you hear a and we're going to end it there.
Good ending. Well done.
Perfect.
Good. That's great.
All right.
Well timed.
Thanks, everybody. We'll be recording again, hopefully pretty soon. And I'm thinking this was the penultimate. I believe this will be the ultimate episode of this story arc of our Fallout series. So thanks. Subscribe, leave us a review if you're listening to this on any podcast platform that you were listening to. All right. Thanks.